Hello and welcome back to the Out Loud English podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Mia. We are so happy you're here for day 3 of our 5-day Everyday English Challenge. Today's topic is all about food and meals.
That's right. We're going to learn some simple, natural phrases to talk about what you eat. And remember the most important rule of this challenge. Say everything out loud. It's the best way to practice.
Exactly. So why is this important? Well, we talk about food all the time. It's a super common topic in everyday conversation.
Uh-huh. You might talk about lunch with a coworker or ask a friend about their dinner. It's a great way to make small talk and connect with people. So let's start with a real-life example.
Hey, Jake, did you eat breakfast yet?
Yeah, I did. I had eggs and toast. Simple but good.
That sounds nice. I just had some yogurt this morning. What do you usually eat for breakfast?
I usually just have coffee and maybe a piece of fruit. I'm not a big breakfast person.
I see. I need a good breakfast to start my day.
Okay, let's break that down. Did you hear the phrases we used? The most important and common phrase you need to know is I had.
Right. We use I had to say what we ate. It's much more common than saying I ate. For example, I had a salad for lunch, or I had pasta for dinner. It's simple and sounds very natural.
Totally. Here are a few other useful phrases. If you didn't eat, you can say, I skipped breakfast, or I skipped lunch. To skip something means you didn't do it.
Yeah, or you could say I made dinner at home, which just means you cooked. And if you bought something fast and easy, you can say, I picked up something quick, maybe a sandwich or a slice of pizza.
Good examples, but remember, I had is the one you will use the most.
Okay, now it's time for our first practice section. Let's practice saying these phrases. I will say a sentence, and you repeat it out loud after me. Ready? Here we go. I had eggs for breakfast. I had a sandwich for lunch. I made dinner at home. I had a quick snack. I didn't eat much. I picked up something quick.
Great job! Now let's talk about our habits, or what we usually eat. In our example conversation, Mia asked me, what do you usually eat for breakfast? The word usually is key here.
It shows what you do most days. For breakfast, you might say, I usually have coffee, or I usually eat cereal.
For lunch, you could say, I usually bring lunch from home to save money. Or the opposite, I usually go out for lunch, or I usually buy lunch.
And for dinner, it's very common to say, I usually cook dinner, or I usually make dinner. If you live with people, you might say, my family usually eats dinner together around 7.
Exactly. Now let's listen to another quick conversation, this time about dinner plans.
So, Jake, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I think I'm making rice and chicken.
Ooh, that sounds filling.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. What about you?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll just have some soup.
Did you notice Mia's word there? Filling. That's a great word for describing food. This brings us to our next topic, simple words to describe food.
Yes, you don't need fancy words. Let's start with the basics. If you like it, you can say, it was good, or it was really good. If it wasn't special, you can just say, it was okay.
Right. Now, let's talk about taste. If something has a little kick, you can say it's spicy. If it has sugar, it's sweet. And if it has a lot of, well, salt, it's salty. For example, the curry was spicy, or the cake was too sweet for me.
A really nice word to use is fresh. We use this for things like salads, fruits, and vegetables. The salad was so fresh. It means it's not old and has a good, clean taste.
And like Mia said earlier, we have the word filling. A filling meal makes your stomach feel full. Chicken and rice is a filling meal. The opposite is light. A salad or soup can be a light meal. Sometimes we also use the word heavy for food that feels very, very filling, like a big pizza.
And one more great word, homemade. If food tastes like someone cooked it at home with care, you can say, "It tasted homemade." This is always a compliment.
Those are all great words. What about textures? Sometimes the way food feels in your mouth is just as important as the taste. The soup was really good.
That's a fantastic point, Jake. For example, you could say something is creamy, like a good soup or ice cream, or maybe crunchy, like chips or a fresh apple.
Exactly. And what about steak or a piece of fruit? You might say it's tender if it's easy to chew or juicy if it has a lot of liquid. On the other hand, if it's hard to chew, you could say it's tough.
Those are perfect. And for flavors that are not sweet, we often use the word savory. It describes salty or spicy foods, like cheese or meat. If something doesn't have much flavor at all, you might call it bland.
Okay, time to practice those descriptive words. Get ready to speak out loud. Repeat after me. The sandwich was filling. The salad was light and fresh. The sauce was a little spicy. It was okay, but not amazing. It tasted homemade.
Wonderful! Next up, let's learn how to talk about being hungry or full. These are very easy and useful. When you need to eat, you say, "I'm hungry."
If you're very, very hungry, you can say, "I'm starving." It's a bit dramatic, but very common.
After you finish eating a big meal, you can say, "I'm full." This means you can't eat any more.
Right. And what if you want something specific, like chocolate or ice cream? You can say, "I'm craving something sweet." To crave something means you have a very strong feeling that you want to eat it.
That's a great one. I'm often craving something sweet after dinner. Okay, let's put it all together in one final conversation example.
Hey, Mia, what did you have for lunch?
I had a salad from that place down the street.
Oh, nice. Was it good?
Yeah, it was really fresh. What about you?
I just had leftovers from last night. It was okay.
See? Simple questions and answers. Now it's time for today's mini challenge. It's your turn to make some sentences. I want you to say 3 sentences about your meals.
You can do it. Just try your best.
First, what did you eat today? Start your sentence with the phrase, "I had." Now you say it. Okay. Second, what do you usually eat for a meal? Start with, "I usually," and tell me. And last one, how was a meal you ate recently? Start with, "The food was." Go ahead.
Awesome job! Even if it wasn't perfect, you did it. That's what matters. Now, let's do a very quick review of the most important phrases from today.
To ask about a meal, you can say, "Did you eat breakfast yet?" Or, "What did you have for lunch?"
I had, and to describe it, it was really good.
"I'm hungry." Or, "I'm full."
And don't forget to keep the conversation going by asking, what about you?
And that is it for day 3 of our challenge. You learned so much about talking about food in a natural, simple way.
That's right. Join us tomorrow for day 4, where we'll learn how to talk about the weather. It's another super common topic in English.
For today's homework, leave a comment below this video and tell us one thing you ate today. Use the phrase, "I had." We would love to read your answers.
Thank you for joining us on the Out Loud English podcast. Keep practicing.
Bye for now.